So this is the x equal to 10, then x equal to x plus 10, then x equal to x minus 5. So if you print this one, if you print the x value, you will get the x will be the 15. Okay. Now tell me, okay, so you have, I will show the another question. X comma y equal to 20 comma 60. Then y comma x. Now tell me answer for this. Which of the following will be the output for above command? Print x comma y. What will be the output? So if you know the answer for this question, you can post your answer in chat box. Okay, 20 comma 60 C. We will see. Okay. So the correct answer for this question is option C, 20 comma 60. You are going to get some MCQ questions also. That's why I'm just showing some mock questions. Can you tell me what is the answer for this question? The measure of central location for the data can be obtained by which of the following? If you want central tendency, so what is the answer? So central means like you need to compute the mean value or like average value. Okay. So mean. So mean is the correct option for this question. So after that, the next question is, if you want to calculating the mean of a sample, the value of sum of xi is divided by which of the following? Suppose if you want to calculate the mean value, you want to take summation of all the values. After that, you are going to divide that. Okay, so the correct answer is n. Okay, so then mu is the example for which of the following? Mu means so it's population parameter. Okay, so I will give few questions. What kind of questions you are going to get in your exam? So I will give some model questions. I will so they may give, okay, mostly they will ask some questions on list. These are different data structures, right? List, dictionary, okay. From these data structures they will give some code snippet and then they will ask some questions, okay. Some MQs like MCQs also they will ask, okay. They will give options, okay. So for example the questions like, okay, so I will give one example. Suppose they will give one list to you, okay. This is just for one example, a1 comma, so this is one list, okay. So then they will give a code like this. So a is assigned to b, then b dot append, b dot append is 4. We are trying to append this list, okay. After that we are trying to print the a. Now what is the output for this code? Can you guess the output for like this, okay. So they may ask print of a, what is the output? Okay, I will give options also. So the option will be like this. So option A, so if you are asking option A 1 comma 2 comma 3, option B, okay, option B 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. Many people want to join. So then option C 4, okay, then option D error. Now what is the correct answer? If you know the answer, you can post your answer in chat box so that which option is correct. We have a list A. This is just some sample type questions. They will give questions like this. They will give one list, then A list is assigned to B, okay. Then B is append, okay. Initially your list is 1 comma 2 comma 3. Then what we are doing, we are trying to append one more element, that is 4, okay. So the correct answer for this question is option B. So 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, okay. So if you are having any doubt, okay, so anyhow I am just removing these options now. Otherwise I will do one thing. This is the question. Just try to run this code. Try to run this code, okay. So what is the correct answer? If you execute this cell, you will get the 1 comma 2 comma 3, okay. So this is one type of question. Similarly for dictionary also, they will give some key value pair, then they will ask some question, okay. So after that another chance, okay. So this course is mostly related to data structures and algorithms. You need to remember time complexities for the second thing, okay. Space and time complexities for all data structures covered in all 8-week course material, okay. So whatever the data structures they covered in NPTEL week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Okay, it's like the data structures, stacks, arrays, queues, linked list, insertion sort, whatever the sorting algorithms. Okay, insertion sort, selection sort. Okay, for all these data structures, you need to remember space and time complexities. Okay, so this you can revise all these concepts. Okay, you need to remember. I hope you know what is meant by time complexity and space complexity. Even for trees also, not only linear data structures, for non-linear data structures also you need to remember these time and space complexities. Okay, for example, the example question will be like this. So what is the time complexity of binary search in worst case? The questions will be like this. What is the time complexity for binary search in worst case? Can you tell me the answer for this question? What is the time complexity? So here I have given binary search. Sometimes it may be what is the time complexity for a linked list in best case or average case or worst case, or what is the time complexity for, instead of binary search, they may give binary search tree. So okay, somebody gave binary search, the time complexity is order of log n. Yes, correct. So the options, okay, for your understanding, so this paper is combination of multiple choice questions and then numerical answer type, and then some codes. You need to write some code, some Python code. Okay, so the question paper is a mix up of all these three things: MCQs, numerical answer type. Numerical answer type means you will get some fill in the blanks. Okay, then they will give some Python environment. You need to write the code, then you need to execute it. Okay, so the option will be, it will be like this: order of n, b will be, so order of log n, so then order of c will be, option C will be order of so if you are having any doubt, you just ask me in this live session itself. Someone asked only MCQ is asked in programming data structures and algorithm using Python exam or code also. That's what I am telling. They will ask code also, few questions. There will be different weightage for three things. You will get MCQs, numerical answer type questions, then Python code. Okay, so what kind of programs they will give, I will share few things. Okay, based on that you practice. Okay, similarly sometimes they will ask direct questions also. So this is option D is like order of 1. Okay, so most of the time they will confuse you. Okay, try to remember these data structures properly, and then all three cases: best, average, worst case. Okay, if possible you prepare like one sheet for revision. Okay, maybe next week you are having exam, like you are going to call it as you just write the all time complexities and space complexities for all data structures that is covered in this course. Okay, then it will be easy. So the correct answer for this question is, for binary search in worst case it will be order of log n. Suppose if I modify this question best case, then tell me the answer. What is the time complexity for binary search in best case? Instead of worst case, I have given best case. Okay, somebody told it's order of 1. Yeah, so like that you need to remember. Okay, this is another. So the for best case it may be order of 1. So the next uh, question will be sometimes they will ask some direct questions like this, okay. Which data structure is best suited for recursive function calls in Python? So I will repeat the question. Sometimes they will ask direct questions like this. Which data structures are used or is best suited for recursive function calls in Python, okay. So then they will give some data structures. So option A queue, option B stack, then option C heap. Yeah, yes, stack is whenever recursive function call if you get recursive function call, stack is the best data structure to handle recursive function calls, okay. So this is direct question. I don't think they will give this kind of question. What they will give is they will give some recursive function calls, okay. Then they will ask like what is the output for this function, okay. So, that kind of questions they may ask, okay. I will give some, I will give one example, okay, what kind of questions they will ask using this recursive function call. Just give me a minute. I will give one example here. Example for recursive function calls, okay. You will get some questions on this concept. Even you need to remember that stack applications, for each application so for your understanding I am giving one sample code, okay. So they will give like this, okay. See, as of now I am removing this output. For example, they will give recursive function call in this example factorial, okay. Factorial is the recursive function call. So now tell me output for this factorial of 5. What is the output for this code for this example? Sometimes they will give some customized names also. Instead of factorial they will give foo, or they will give some meaning some different names, okay. So whatever it is, you try to practice more questions on this recursive function calls. Yeah, the correct answer is 120. If you want, you just check it, okay. Suppose if this factorial value is 6, then what is the answer? So this is direct example, but yeah, it's 720. But in exams, this is direct example. In the examples, I mean in exam, they will modify somewhere, okay, this if statement or return statement. They won't give n2 factorial of n minus 1. This recursive function call they will modify, okay. So I hope you know how to compute recursive function calls. So you try to practice a similar this kind of examples. Okay, I will share few more things. So now I will give one more example. Can you tell me answer for that? Okay, so the next one is, I'm just giving now tell me the output for this code. I will give so this is, then they will give this question is some fill in the blanks. So up to now you have seen multiple choice questions, right? They may give question like this. What is the answer for this? If anybody knows the answer for this question, this you just post your answer in the chat box. So somebody is asking, can we expect questions from our weekly quizzes and assignments? You can expect the questions from the NPTEL weekly quizzes and assignments, but they won't give direct questions. They will modify some values or some concepts. Okay, but the model questions, okay, the same only. They will follow weekly quizzes pattern and then assignment pattern only. Whatever the questions you will get in final exams, they will follow the same pattern which they followed for NPTEL weekly quizzes and assignments. Okay, the same pattern only, but you don't get direct to same questions. Okay, any other questions? If you have any questions, to tell me what is the answer for this. Someone posted 2020. Make sure that don't put some question mark. Okay, so if you know the answer, you just be confident whether it is 20 or something else. Okay, check. So what is the answer for this question? So if you want answer, we will try to execute this code, then we will see. So I am trying to execute this code. Okay, so and one more thing, I don't know if you are having any Python environment in the exam. So if you want to make sure the answer is 20 or not, you try to run what, okay, the Python code in that Python environment. Okay, then you will get answer. This is some kind of shortcut. If they are giving any code, you try to run those codes in that Python environment, then you will get the answer directly. Okay. One more question I will give, because this concept is very important. So one more question. Okay, just so you have a factorial stack like this. You just note down this thing and tell me the answer for this code. I don't know. So after return, there is some print statement. Print factorial of stack is there. Tell me the answer for this question. So you try to crack this logic. Okay, so what is the answer for this? So these kind of questions you will get. Okay, don't copy or don't run these codes. If you want, you can run now, but don't execute. So the correct answer is 120. Okay. Sometimes they will give this question as MCQs, or they will give fill in the box also, like numerical answer type, fill in the blank. Okay. So I will give one more question. So this is something. So then sometimes what they will do is they will ask some questions like this. Okay. Um, they will ask some programs like this. Write a Python program to implement a stack using a list perform push pop on elements, and they will give elements on elements like this. This is just model questions only. Then they will give Python compiler here. They will ask you to write the Python code to implement this thing. Okay, what they are asking. So initially we have seen MCQs. Later we have seen some numerical answer type. Now come to this is the third thing. Okay, you need to write Python code for this kind of thing. Okay, write a Python program to implement stack. They are asking to implement the stack using some list. They will give some list of elements 10, 20, 30, 40. You need to perform only push pop operations on these elements, and then you need to write the code for this. Okay, so if they are giving this kind of questions, okay, how to write code for this question? Can you share your code?
फोन नहीं ले जाऊंगा. Okay.
Can you write Python code for this? Simple code only. Stack by using Python, you need to insert this element. So what you want to do, initially you are going to take some empty stack. Now there will be no elements. Suppose if you want to insert, okay, see, this Colab is giving some autos suggested code. If you want to insert the elements 10, 20, 30, there is a option called in stack.append to 10, 20, 30, then print the stack. Then you will get like this. Okay. See, this is just for insertion only. Sometimes what they will do is they will give some list of statements 10, 20, 30. Okay, they will give different options like 10, 20, 30. After that they will give some more list. Okay, like, wait, I will tell you, 40, 50. Okay, what they will give is sometimes they will give push of 10, like this is insertion. Okay, then again push, or they will use some word or some keywords. Okay, push or insertion. After that what they will do is they will give here pop of 20. again push 40, push 50, then again they will use pop. Now like this they will give some operation. Now tell me the updated stack values. If you perform these operations, now tell me the elements that are present in the stack, the current stack. This is another way. Initially you have seen push and pop, then they will give a sequence of push and pop operations with some elements, then they will ask you to some questions like this, print the updated stack elements like this. Can you guess the answer for this? What is the updated? So what we have done initially, we have pushed 3 elements 10, 20, 30, then they used pop. Is it possible?
No.
So then what you will get?
Error.
If you want to pop, yeah, you will get error. In that MCQs, there may be some option like some error is there. You need to select that option, okay? So 10, 20, 30 is there. Then if you want to pop 20, the pop 20 is there, and this is the middle element, okay? If you want to pop, you need to pop the top of the stack. First you need to pop 30, then only, okay? So like this, they will give some logic or some kind of twist here, okay? Suppose if I give 30, now it is possible, right? So we are trying to removing the 30 element from the stack, then again we are pushing 40, then 50, okay? Now what are the elements in the stack? 10, 20, 40, 50. Now what you are doing? Pop of 30, for example. Is this possible again?
No.
Why? The reason is there is no element 30 is not there in the stack, but you are trying to pop it. So you are trying to remove it. That's not possible, okay? So like this, anything is possible. You just try to remember, okay? If they are asking output means, sometimes you don't have output, there is some kind of errors also they will give. You try to remember this point, okay? uh, if you know the concept well, then only you can answer, okay? So this may be MCQ question or numerical answer type question. Sometimes they will ask you to write the code like this, some Python code, and then they will give some test cases and you need to execute it, okay? So that's about stacks related questions. So then I will move on to the next thing. Sometimes they will ask you to write the function to reverse a linked list, okay? Write a Python program to reverse a linked list, okay? So like this, Gaurav, you have any question? Gaurav Bhattacharya.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell
Sir,
me.
may I have one question? Sir, when I was doing the programming assignment,
Hmm.
I wrote a program.
Hmm.
Uh, However, while executing,
Hmm.
it was not executing all the, internal, like the setup data.
Hmm.
So, can that kind of question, uh, can that kind of question be there in the exam? And how do we tackle that? I'm sorry, I did not attend this session before, but
Yeah.
now I'm finding it difficult.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mostly not that much depth, but a similar kind of questions you may get it. One thing is they will give some test cases directly. Whatever the
Okay.
code you are writing or you are executing, you need that test cases should be passed. Okay, then only we will get the full marks. Okay. In sometimes what they will do is they will give few test cases that are visible to you.
Uh,
In background there will be some hidden test cases because they cannot
oh,
give 100 test cases on the screen, right? So for
right.
visualization they will give 2, 3 or 5 test cases, sometimes one also, but in the back end, okay, there may be hidden test cases also there. Okay. So whatever the code you are writing, that all the 100 test cases or whatever the open or hidden test cases,
Mhm.
your code should pass all the test cases, then only you will get the full marks. For example, if you uh, got only few test cases, then they may
Right.
give some partial marks.
Okay. Sir, like should our program be something like some in some specific form such that it can automatically take these test cases, or because if I just give a like while the given input is there,
Hmm.
while I'm running the program like using that input or like then it is running, but it is not taking while I am doing compile and run using the link in the website.
No, you try to practice your coding in the same environment, in NPTEL environment only. Don't go for some other Python environment. In exams also they will use same Python compiler and similar kind of environment. Okay.
Okay, sir.
um, Maybe some third party or some other Python environments, whatever you are writing, sometimes it may execute those codes, but to
Yes,
strictly follow this environment Python 3, whatever they are following, you can practice the Python codes in the same NPTEL Python environment. Okay.
okay, sir.
Hmm.
Thank you, sir.
But I will tell you one thing, okay, it's mix up. They won't give all the exam questions programs at the same time, numerical answer type or MCQs, okay. It's mix up of everything. So most of the time they will give more weightage for MCQs and numerical answer type only. But at the same time they will give few codes also, okay. Maybe some less weightage
Okay, sir. Thank you,
or
sir.
else equal weightage. Okay, it depends on that person. So any questions? Yami Parmar, what is your question?
Sir, is there any negative marking for this exam?
No. Otherwise you can refer. I think today you got one mail, right? You just go through, you download your hall ticket and you check, you go through that instructions. As per my knowledge, you don't have any negative marks. You download your hall ticket and then you go through the instructions. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So any other questions? Okay. So if you don't have any questions, I will give some more model questions. Like I said, okay, they will ask you to write, like this is linked list, write a Python program to reverse a linked list. Okay. So this is another kind of question. Then sometimes they will ask you implement binary search tree in Python. Otherwise, they will give some code snippet, binary search tree, Python related code snippet. These are some questions. Right. Implement binary search tree in Python. So you can practice these Python codes. Then there is another thing. So mostly what my suggestion is, whatever the concepts they covered in NPTEL quizzes and assignments, you try to practice the same concepts. Okay. For example, if you take something like recursive functions in stacks, okay, or pre-order, post-order, or in-order, okay. So these are some standard questions. They definitely they will use some questions on these concepts. but they will put some logic or they will twist it, okay, some kind of the way they will ask the question is different, but they will cover the same thing only. Pre-order, post-order, in order, okay. Then similarly come to sorting, right. They covered some sorting algorithms like insertion sort, merge sort. So you need to remember insertion sort, merge sort, selection sort. You refer the syllabus, then quick sort. You need to remember Python code, at the same time complexities for this etc, okay. Whatever the sorting algorithms are there, you can cover. This thing you can cover time complexities and Python code for these algorithms, okay. So then sometimes there is one concept is, okay, like queue. If you want to implement a queue, so how many stacks are required to implement a queue? They will ask you to implement a queue using stack. How many stacks required? Again queue, there will be different queues. In queue, this is next thing, okay. How many stacks are required to implement a queue? So stack is having only one end, top end, queue is having front and rear end. So if you want to implement queue by using stack, so at least minimum you required 2 stacks, okay. So 2 stacks are required. They will ask you, okay, how many stacks are required. This may be MCQ question. Sometimes they will ask you Python code for this. Otherwise they will give the code and they will ask some question, okay. So similarly here NQ is there, DQ is there, then priority queue is there. So you can practice these things, and then I will give some questions for queue data structure. Some model questions. So I don't have any previous year question paper because I am not part of that NPTEL team. But whatever I am explaining now, okay, you will get the question from these concepts only. These are the things. So now I am giving few questions, right? Just now tell me, they will give question like this. What is the output here and what is the output here? Tell me output for this. This is one queue. for this Q question.
Twenty and 30.
20.
20 and 30. After Q after DQ.
What is meant by pop of 0 here? Yeah, pop of 0 is index number, okay. When it comes to stack, pop of 0 or some numerical element means nothing but the stack element. When it comes to Q, this should be okay. If you just try to execute, okay, Q is not defined from there. Okay, you need to define this. Okay, anyhow, the answer for this is 20, and the pop of 0 means that 0 index value. You need to. Okay. The next question. So, what is the drawback of using list as a queue? Can you tell me? Suppose if I am using list as a queue, what is the drawback? The question is like this: what is the drawback using a list as a queue? I think you already know list data structure. Then queue data structure is there. What is the drawback?
Removing the elements are not easy, especially in the beginning.
You consider the above example, like pop of 0 is there, right? Based on that you explain. Suppose you are removing some element pop of 0. Now tell me this operation here, one thing is there, right? Q dot pop of 0, how much time it will take, this operation? Q dot time complexity for this one, can you tell me, can you guess? If you want to remove some element from the queue, DQ means deletion queue, those who don't know, okay, NQ means like insertion queue. So generally this pop of 0, it will take not order of 1, okay. That is the drawback. If you are using this question, okay, the question is, what is the drawback of using a list as a queue? You are not using queue, you are using list as a queue, okay. The drawback is this list, okay, it will take order of n, okay. Suppose if you want to remove any element, so the above example, okay, we implemented using list only, that. So I think you already know how to implement stacks and queues. This will take order of n, okay. So that means it's taking more time. In general, if you are having large queue, so this is small queue. Suppose in real time you may get the large queue, okay. So for large queues, this will be inefficient. So what is the solution for? You are implementing queue using list, so it will take, this is inefficient for large queues. So what is the solution? So here drawback is there, then what is the solution? We need to implement the queue by using which data structure? Can you guess? This is the drawback. If you implement queue using linked list, you can overcome this drawback. Okay. So for stack queue, both you can able to implement by using different data structures. So in this case, we are going to implement queue using list to overcome this problem. If you use linked list, okay, then you can overcome this problem. Okay. So next one, I will ask you. So what is this here? Here it is showing some queue is not defined. If you are getting this kind of errors, you need to import. So from collections, queue will be there. If you run, so initially your queue is empty. So this is the set of operations. Initially you are trying to append 10. This is your queue. Initially you need to initialize your queue. NQ means insertion 10, 20, 30. Queue after NQ you will get these elements. Then you are trying to DQ. Okay, DQ means you are using pop operation. So pop of 0, 10 you are going to remove after DQ. Okay, 20, 30. The answer is you will get like this. Okay. Any questions? Then some questions. Yeah, if you are having any questions, you ask me. V is, I don't know what is this name. You can ask. Someone raised your hand. You can ask. What is your doubt?
Sir, total how much questions?
How many total questions? That we are not sure. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So the next thing is circular queue also there. So what is my question is, I will give one more code. Okay, let's see. So what is the this is one question. Okay, we have like some, what is the output for this one? Can you try this thing? This is like heap. I think you know heaps also. Heap also one of the data structure. Min heap, max heap, you know this concept, right? So I will add here. Okay, so from heaps also you may get one question. Heaps, min heap, max heap. Now tell me what this print statement will do. This is the code.
सीएम थोड़ी बनेंगे कि मंत्री बनेंगे। जब सीएम बन जाएगा धीरे धीरे ना, विधायक का ऐसे करते हुए बनेगा, तो इसीलिए तो मुझे बना देना है, क्या चीज मुझे।
Tell me output for this code. So it will print 1 comma task 1. Somebody, can you explain why this will print? If you know the heap concept, then you know the answer for this. Okay, push everything you are using push only. But if you see here 2 1 3 based on, okay, based on this value, okay, I will give some min heap questions, min heap and max heap questions. Then sometimes they will ask some general questions also. Stack will follow a LIFO fashion. Okay, they will ask stack will follow LIFO. What is LIFO? Last in first out thing. Queue will follow first in first out. Okay, so these are some theoretical questions. You just remember these things. Okay, then applications of stack and queue, they will ask some questions on this thing. Okay, then come to here, so from graphs also they will give like, you know, this thing from graphs. DFS, you need to remember these two data sets, breadth first search and depth first search. Okay, so BFS can use which data structure? From graphs also you may get some questions. DFS, breadth first search, it will use queue data structure. Depth first search, it will use the stack data structure. Okay, so sometimes they will ask questions how to implement BFS using queue. Okay, so how to implement, or they will ask you to write a Python code how to implement BFS using a queue. So we just try to write the Python code for this. Okay, so then we will see few examples, min heap and max heap Python codes. Now I am giving some min heap and max heap questions. So this is the question. If you want to you implement heap now tell me, so these are the min heap question. What is the output for this? This is heap question. Initially you have min heap with empty elements, then you are trying to insert elements 10, 5, 21. Then what you are doing, this print statement. Okay, you are using min heap concept. Okay, so you already know how to perform min heap and all. Okay, then the smallest element you are going to store in min heap at index 0 value. This will be the root element. Okay, when we say min heap, the root element value is the minimum value. If when we are saying max heap, the root element will be the maximum value compared to both left and right subtree values. Okay, so now tell me what is the value for this. Output for this question. Sometimes they will give Python code, otherwise they may give the same question in theoretical concept like this also. Okay, uh, like what they will do is construct min heap by using these values, the same values I am taking. Okay, anyhow this is 10, 5, 20 and then 1. Then they will ask you to remove one element like deletion. Okay, perform deletion on 20. Okay, so then they will ask you the updated min heap tree. So here there is a possibility sometimes they will ask how many leaf nodes are there, how many internal nodes are there, what is the root value. Okay, after this deletion or after insertion, what is the updated root value. So like this different questions they may ask in min heap and max heap. Is it clear? Anything is possible. Either they will give code and then they will ask you the print the output values. Otherwise they may give questions like this. They will give different elements, data elements. Then they will ask you to construct min heap. Again they will give some statements like deletion, insertion and all. After this deletion and insertions, what is the updated root value, then what are the internal nodes, what are the leaf nodes, then what is the height of that min heap, how many nodes are there, like that they may ask different questions. Okay, you try to revise this concept also. Okay, min heap and max heap. So I will give one simple statement. If you want to execute this statement, this code, so this is the thing, min heap initially. Okay, 1, 5, 20, 10. Okay, so this will be the, based on this order you will get the, okay, the smallest value is 1. So you are trying to pop, means after popping. So here you are trying to pop, you are trying to remove minimum value. After popping you will get the updated min heap value will be 5, 10, 20. Okay, so this is one thing. So other thing is I will give one more question on heaps. Now tell me what is the heapified list. We have different numbers. If you do heapify, what will happen? So this is list initially, this is not heap, this is list. If you use heapify, this list is like, see here this command line. So you are trying to convert that list into minimum heap. Okay, so heap is a kind of tree data structure. Okay, this list is like linear data structure, like this is like array. So you are trying to convert from one form to another form by using heap file. So what is the output for this? If you execute this one, so if you are using ep5, so it will be 1 3 5 10 comma 4. Okay, now tell me, if you want to make this as max heap, where do you want to change? My question is, this is minimum heap. If you want to convert this into, instead of min heap, max heap, is it possible or not? Max heap is possible. If possible, so where do you want to change? What to do if you want to do max heap? What to do? So by default it will take min heap. So if you want max heap, you just try to change it to, you call that max heap function. Okay, like I will show one more code for your understanding. So suppose you have elements like this. Suppose this is the, okay, conversion. If you want to convert max heap, see, you need to define this statement. Then you can call this max heap function. Okay, instead of directly calling nems, you try to convert in this representation. If you execute this one, then you will get the, okay, internal representation for max heap. Okay, and so this is the internal representation. We are because you are representing negative values, but actual max heap elements will be 10 4 5 1 3. Okay, maximum element is 10. After pop operation, you will get the 5 4 3 1. Okay, so you can practice these examples. Okay, then sometimes what they will do is they will ask you the largest element in heap. Instead of asking the specific, okay, k largest means like second largest or third largest or fourth largest. They will give set of heap values. They will ask you, right, k largest. Always, not only in heap, even for other data structure also they will ask k largest. Means k means any value like second, third, fourth. Okay, it depends on that, the number of values they are going to give. K largest value, or k largest value, or k largest elements in heap. K largest elements in heap. So this is another way. Then after this, like data structures means, now we are going for some more concept. Okay, you can practice greedy dynamic programming, backtracking, Python codes with examples. So you need to study these things also. Okay, data structures, these are the data structures and algorithms. Okay, these are the algorithms: greedy dynamic programming, backtracking, Python codes. We will see few Python codes. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay, I will give few examples for this algorithm. Okay, so up to now we have discussed data structures. Now we will see algorithm also. Okay, so the course name is data structures and algorithms using Python. So we need to go through some algorithms also: greedy dynamic programming, backtracking, related questions. Okay, what is this? So I am giving one code for knapsack problem. Then they will ask you time complexity for this. You just take some time. This is the code. They will give the code like this. This is the fractional knapsack problem. I think this question the professor also discussed in 1 week. Okay, you can take fractional knapsack problem. Now tell me the complexity, time complexity for this. This is the Python code. Just analyze time complexity for this code snippet. Can you just analyze this time complexity? If you know the answer, you can post your answer in chat box. What is the answer for this? Analyze the time complexity for this code. Anybody, what is the time complexity for this question? So if you analyze this code, the time complexity for this question, okay. So this is 0 by fractional knapsack problem. The time complexity is order of n log n, okay. So this is the correct answer if you analyze this Python code, okay. Then so I will ask few things. Another thing, so the next one is longest LCS, longest common sequence. Can you tell me, we have two strings like x ABC B D A B and then y equal to B D C A B. The length of the longest common sequence, common subsequence, what is the correct answer? We have a question like this. They will give two strings or some numerical pattern. They will ask you to identify the longest common subsequence. What is the answer for this?
Two answer.
Correct answer is
A.
A. The correct answer is, what is the A, B, C? What is that string, substring? Can you tell me the substring? So A, B, A, B, okay. So only one substring we are going to get matching. Suppose if I modify something here, if I remove C here, now what is the longest common subsequence? X is A, B, C, B, D, A, B. So here B, D, A, B, okay. The longest one is 4 in this case. The previous case it is 2. Okay, so is it clear? Then another question, I think you know backtracking NQ's problem, right? I will give based on that NQ. In the NQ's problem, how many solutions exist for n equal to 4? Maybe this is direct question. Can you tell me?
4. D.
If n equal to 4, how many solutions? The correct answer is how many solutions? Can you tell me the right answer? Anybody guess the answer for this question? So the correct answer is 2. Only 2 distinct solutions possible. Okay, the right answer is 2. Similarly, I will give one more question. See, then we have some matrix multiplication also there in algorithms, right? So this is the order A1 10 by 20 matrix. Can you tell me the minimum number of multiplications in this case? Minimum number of multiplications. This is like dynamic programming concept. Okay, this concept is dynamic programming. If you are having like this A1, A2, A2, A3, so how many minimum multiplications are possible? If you are getting any confusion, you assume that A1, A2, A3 are matrices. A1 is 10 by 20. You multiply A1 with A2. So this 20, 20 is cancelled out. 10 by 30, then 30, 30 is cancelled out. Okay. Then what is that minimum multiplications? Okay. So the minimum multiplication is, anybody? This you can write like this. How many ways you can do multiplication if you are having like this? So this is one possible way. Then after this another otherwise you can do like this. See, this is giving directly like this. Otherwise I can write like this. So, like this, okay. You just refer the dynamic programming concept. So the correct option is 18,000. Okay, minimum multiplications you can do. So that is possible. I am just giving the answer. Okay, it is possible for this case. Okay, so initially it will multiply 10 into 10 into, okay, the result is you will going to get 10 by 30 matrix. Then this 10 by 30 matrix is going to multiply with here you will get 6000 multiplications. The first, okay, here you will get 6000. Then the resultant matrix you are going to multiply with A3. A3 matrix is having 30 into 40. Okay, so here you already having the resultant matrix is 10 into 30, then 30 into 40. You will get the 10, 30, 40 multiplication, 12,000. Okay, then you sum up 6000 plus 12,000. So you will get the 18,000 minimum number of multiplications you required. Okay, so this is another way. From algorithms they may ask questions like this. This concept is from the dynamic programming. Okay, so you just try to remember. Then what other kind of questions? I will give one question from the greedy also. So there is a train. We are going to have train departures and arrival times. If you are having departures and arrival times like this, okay, this is the arrival time, then departures. From this, can you tell me minimum number of platforms required for this? So this concept is called greedy. Okay, use greedy approach to find the minimum number of platforms based on the train arrival and departures. Can you guess the minimum number of platforms? This is arrival. Okay, 900 is nothing but you assume that this is 9 o'clock. Okay, either AM or PM. 9 o'clock it is reaching, then it is departing 9:10. Then there is another train, it will reach 9:40. Okay, 9:50, 11 o'clock. Then this is 15 means like afternoon 3 PM. Okay, these are the departure time. 12 o'clock, 11:20, 11:30, then 7 o'clock. Okay, based on this, how many minimum number of platforms are required? Can you guess the answer? This is greedy problem. Okay, the time is like hours and minutes format. If you know greedy approach, So I will give the answer. Okay, so these are the different options. Two platforms, two means minimum platforms, 2, 3, 4 and then 1. What is the correct option? Yeah, the minimum number of platforms required is 3. Okay, we just try to solve this problem using greedy. Okay, then you will know the how you achieved the correct option. The answer for this is, the answer is D. So then what other concepts? There is a possibility. Okay, I will give one more question. So what is the value of fib of 10? So the initial value 0, f of fib 0 is 0, fib 1 is 1. What is the value? This is like, you assume this is numerical answer type. The question is like this. What is the value of fib of 10? Anybody, can you post your answer in chat box? Yeah, 55. Yeah, correct. 55 is the correct option. So this kind of questions they will give numerical answer type. Okay, 55 is the right answer. Then okay, so I will give one small concept like coins related thing, then we will end this session. Okay, we have coins, 1 rupee coin, I mean 1, 3, 4. The minimum coins required to make 6. To make 6 is, can you tell me the option for this? 2, answer 2, I mean option A. Can you explain why 2 coins? What are those 2 coins? For coins you have 1 rupee coin, 3 rupee coin and 4 rupee coin. With the help of 2 3 rupee coins, yeah, correct. If you want to make 6, you can use 2 3 rupee coins. 2 3 rupee coins. To avoid confusion I am giving. Suppose if I say this is with repetition, without, I mean you cannot use same coin. Repetition is not allowed, then is it possible? Repetition is not allowed, then what to do? So if repetition is not allowed, is it possible to make 6 rupee coin? Is there any possibility? Is it possible to make 6? Yes or no? So these combinations, whatever the given combination, we cannot make it 6, right? Either you can make 7, or they need to give some other coin. It will be like this, okay? If you want to make 6, then you can add 2 coins. One is 2 rupee coin, then another coin is 4 rupee coin, okay? So either they need to change these coin values, or they need to make this one, okay? Is it clear? If 7, it will be 3 plus 4 rupee coin, okay? 3 plus 4. If you want to make 6 rupee coin, so it should be you can change these coin values, okay? 2 plus 4, something like this, okay? Just try to remember these concepts, okay? So that's it, my end. If you have any questions, any general questions, you ask me, okay? You try to practice all these, whatever I have covered, the model questions or concepts. Mostly you will get the questions from these concepts or a similar kind of questions, okay? You can practice NPTEL quizzes, assignments, and Python programs also, okay? So any questions? So if you don't have any questions, I will end this session, okay? So I wish you all the best for your exam. I hope you will get a very good score in
Sir,
final exam. Yeah, tell me.
sir, the question is not asked from the out of this syllabus, right?
Yes, yes, they won't ask the questions from you. You are leaving. It's 5 minutes
Okay,
ago.
sir.
The gate is closed. Okay. Out of how many marks? Mostly it will be 100 marks, right? The questions, total mark is for 100. Uh, Otherwise, how many marks? What is that split up? 30 is internal, 70 is final and exam. Huh? You already know these things, right? How many marks we have to score? It's up to you. If you want to get certificate, I think the minimum pass percentage is 50%. You just check it, that NPTEL rules and regulations. Minimum 50% marks you need to get it. Both quiz and assignments, and then final exam. So I will tell you the NPTEL exam evaluation pattern. So sometimes these MCQs, they may give one more question. Sometimes if the question is difficult, they will give 2 mark, 3 more questions also, okay? It depends, the marks also not fixed. MCQs also, sometimes they will give 2 more question, 3 more question. It depends on the toughness of the question. They may vary the weightage for the question, okay? Any other questions? Mostly I am expecting the more weightage is for MCQs and numerical answer type only. Some less weightage they will give. Generally the MCQs, it will vary 25 to 35% questions from MCQ related questions. 30 to 40% it will be numerical or short answer kind of questions, like you need to fill the values. Then 30 to 40% it will be program or algorithm, some kind of logic. Okay, so um, they will take 25 to 30% weightage from your assignment, like you have done weekly assignments or quizzes, right? And then 75% or 70% weightage from the final exam. Okay, so that is the okay, it depends on the certification. You need to get minimum 40% marks if you combine both, 40 or something like that. Okay, so that is the evaluation criteria. So I hope this, can we get any sample question paper? I don't have sample question paper. No need of worry about sample question paper. You try to practice your quiz and assignment thing. That is the sample questions. The similar type of questions only you will get. You practice quizzes and assignments and programs. The pattern for questions, the same questions only, similar kind of questions only they will give. Okay, so anyhow, thank you all. Good night. Okay, so all the best.